From our Toronto studios, this is the Muslim News on Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Ahmed Ramadan. Our top story for today. A new poll reveals nearly 7 in 10 Americans blame health insurers for the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Thompson was fatally shot in Manhattan earlier this month, igniting public outrage over the industry's practices. The survey, conducted by NORC at the University of Chicago, found that 69% believe insurers' denial of claims contributed significantly to the incident, while 67% blamed excessive profits. United Healthcare, which reported $16 billion in profits last year, has been under fire for denying claims, particularly for Medicare Advantage patients. A Senate probe revealed the company relied on algorithms to reject care, while a class action lawsuit alleges it profited from these practices. Cancer patients have been particularly affected, with many denied access to life-saving treatments. The poll results coincided with an NBC News investigation highlighting the disproportionate impact of claim denials on cancer patients. A 2022 survey of oncologists found that 42% of prior authorizations faced delays of over a day, and in 14% of cases, these delays had serious adverse effects on patient health. This survey underscores growing anger among Americans towards health insurance, with experts noting that concerns over corporate greed are far from fringe views. President Joe Biden has ordered the closure of federal agencies on January 9th to honor the late President Jimmy Carter, who died at 100. The day has been declared a national day of mourning to commemorate Carter's life and legacy. A state funeral will be held at Washington National Cathedral, with additional tributes planned in Atlanta and Washington, D.C. Carter will be interred privately in his hometown of Plains, Georgia, where he passed away peacefully surrounded by family. In a heartfelt statement, Biden described Carter as a man of principle, faith, and humility, lauding his contributions to peace, civil rights, and humanitarian efforts. Today, America and the world lost a remarkable leader, Biden said. Flags across the country are flying at half-staff in honor of the 39th president, whose legacy as a statesman and humanitarian continues to inspire people worldwide. A U.S. appeals court has upheld a New York jury's $5 million defamation verdict against Donald Trump in a case brought by writer E. Jean Carroll. In May 2023, the jury found that Trump sexually abused Carroll, a former Elle magazine writer in the 1990s, and defamed her after she publicly shared her story. The Second Circuit Court of Appeals rejected Trump's claims of judicial errors, affirming the original judgment. Carroll's lawyer, Roberta Kaplan, welcomed the decision, praising the court's thorough review of the case. Meanwhile, Trump spokesperson Stephen Chung dismissed the ruling as a Democratic-funded hoax and vowed to appeal. This ruling holds Trump responsible for the $5 million awarded to Carroll. However, Trump's legal troubles with Carroll are far from over. In another civil suit, Trump faces an $80 million judgment for further defamatory statements, a case that remains under appeal. The legal battles add to the mounting challenges facing the president-elect as he continues to deny wrongdoing. Homelessness in the U.S. surged by 18% in 2024, marking the highest annual increase in recent years, according to a new report from the Department of Housing and Urban Development. On a single night in January, 771,480 people experienced homelessness in shelters, transitional housing, or unsheltered locations. Factors driving this crisis include rising housing costs, inflation, stagnant wages, and the end of COVID-era relief programs. Homelessness among families with children saw a particularly stark increase, jumping by 39%, with nearly 150,000 children affected, a 33% rise from 2023. However, the report noted an 8% decline in homelessness among veterans, with unsheltered veterans seeing an 11% drop. HUD Secretary Adrienne Todman reaffirmed the administration's commitment to tackling homelessness through evidence-based solutions. She emphasized that no American should face homelessness and called for the continued efforts to address this urgent crisis. A Toronto man is creating tiny mobile homes attached to bicycles to help unhoused people escape the harsh winter cold. Ryan Donays, leveraging his construction skills, began building these shelters this summer to address the city's growing housing crisis. Each unit, costing about $10,000, funded through donations, includes heat, electricity, running water, a bed, and safety features like fire extinguishers and smoke detectors. Inspired by Khalil Save Right's pandemic shelters, Donays designed his homes to comply with city regulations, enabling mobility through bike lanes. So far, he has built 3 units and started a not-for-profit Tiny Homes to expand his efforts. Resident Tara Soller, previously homeless for 3 years, says her tiny home has provided safety, warmth, and a good night's sleep, a rare comfort on the streets. While proud of his work, Donays emphasized that housing, not temporary shelters, is the ultimate solution. The godfather of AI, Geoffrey Hinton, has warned artificial intelligence could threaten humanity's existence without strict regulations. Speaking to BBC Radio, Hinton estimated 10 to 20% chance AI might lead to human extinction in 30 years. Hinton, a Nobel laureate in physics for his AI research, quit Google last year to freely voice his concerns. He criticized the profit-driven approach of tech companies, emphasizing regulations are essential for safe AI development. Hinton warned about AI being weaponized by authoritarian leaders and the dangers of creating intelligence that surpasses human control. Despite some U.S. legislative efforts, Hinton believes more robust measures are needed globally. The White House and EU have attempted frameworks, but Hinton says these fall short. He stressed only government regulation can ensure AI safety and protect humanity. The European Union's Artificial Intelligence Act was deemed a failure by rights advocates. Industry lobbying helped ensure the law includes numerous loopholes and exemptions for law enforcement and migration authorities. The Ford Motor Company's official X account reportedly was hacked, with the compromised account posting Free Palestine messages. The posts include phrases such as Free Palestine, Israel is a terrorist state, and all eyes on Gaza. The tweets generated thousands of interactions before being deleted a few hours later. Ford's account initially shared routine content promoting its F-Series trucks before the unauthorized posts appeared. U.S. calls for civilian safety after Gaza's doctor's detention. Details to come after the break. Welcome back. The U.S. is reviewing reports of Israel detaining Dr. Hussam Abu Safiya, head of Gaza's Kamal Adwan hospital, following its destruction. Israeli forces allegedly set fire to the hospital, forcing evacuations and detaining staff. Abu Safiya reportedly is held at Israel's infamous State Detention Center, known for its harsh treatment. A U.S. State Department spokesperson urged respect for medical facilities and civilian safety, emphasizing Israel's responsibility under humanitarian law. The U.S. called for thorough investigations into credible allegations of violations. The spokesperson also accused Hamas of using hospitals, schools, and other civilian facilities for military purposes. Israel has not publicly commented on Abu Safiya's detention or reported transfer to the State facility. The attack on Kamal Adwan Hospital forced the closure of the northern Gaza's last major medical facility. The tents of displaced Palestinians in Deir Al-Balah have been flooded due to heavy rains that swept through the area amid ongoing Israeli attacks. The flooding, coupled with cold weather, significantly worsens the humanitarian situation in Gaza. Abdulrahman Hajjaj, a Palestinian woman affected by the floods, said clothes and beds were wet after rainwater flooded the family's tent while they were sleeping. Hajjaj said the situation of the people in Gaza is worsening by the day. Earlier on Monday, the 7th Palestinian baby, Jamaa al-Batran, died due to the cold. More than 1 million displaced Palestinians struggle to survive in freezing winter conditions. Most families in Gaza, displaced multiple times over the past year by the Israeli assault on the enclave, are living in makeshift shelters. Israeli forces have killed at least 27 Palestinians in the latest wave of attacks in the past 24 hours. 4 Palestinians died in Jabalia, while shelling and demolitions continued across the enclave. In Beit Hanun, residential buildings were destroyed and artillery targeting Tel Al-Hawa in southern Gaza city. Gunfire erupted in Al-Sabra and Zaytun neighborhoods, while helicopter strikes hit near Nusayrat refugee camp. Amid the devastation, 5 Palestinian detainees from Gaza died in Israeli prisons over the 24 hours. Witnesses reported explosions in Rafah, where homes were destroyed by Israeli forces. Yemen's Houthis fired missiles at Israel in solidarity with the Palestinian people. Meanwhile, the destruction of Gaza hospitals was condemned as ethnic cleansing by Israel's Haaretz newspaper. The editorial accused Israeli forces of depopulating northern Gaza to prevent Palestinians from returning. Israel's war on Gaza has killed at least 45,541 Palestinians and wounded 108,338 since October 7th of 2023. In November, the International Criminal Court issued arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant for war crimes and crimes against humanity in Gaza. Israel also faces a genocide case at the International Court of Justice for the Gaza war. The Muslim Council of Britain, or MCB, has sounded the alarm over a surge in Islamophobic hate crimes across the UK. Greater Manchester Police reported a rise in offences from 39 to 85 per month, while West Yorkshire's police noted a spike from 39 to 94. MCB Secretary General Zara Mohammed described the situation as deeply distressing, urging immediate government action. She emphasized the need for a cross-government strategy to combat Islamophobia, alongside other forms of racism. The Council called for enhanced hate crime legislation, targeted measures, and dedicated resources to support victims and prevent incidents. It stressed the importance of education and collaboration to foster understanding and security for Muslim communities. MCB warned, without decisive steps, the escalating trend threatens the safety and unity of communities nationwide. The German government has accused U.S. business magnate Elon Musk of attempting to influence the country's elections by reaffirming his support for the far-right Alternative for Germany, AfD party. Deputy government spokesperson Christiane Hoffmann said while Musk is free to express his opinion, elections are decided by the voters and are a German matter. Musk, who owns social media platform X, had written a guest editorial in the Daily Welt newspaper voicing his support for the AfD. Hoffmann said while freedom of expression is a valuable asset, one does not have to share his viewpoint. She noted Musk had suggested voting for a party that was being monitored by the country's domestic intelligence agency as a potential right-wing extremist group. On December 20th, Musk, who is set to serve as an advisor to U.S. President-elect Donald Trump, wrote on X that only the AfD can save Germany. Musk had also insulted Chancellor Olaf Scholz by calling him an incompetent fool in the wake of recent deadly terror attack in the eastern city of Medinburg. The Sudanese government has accused Western media of distorting facts about the ongoing civil war. Information Minister Khalid Al-Yasser said the media unfairly supports Rapid Support Forces, or RSF, narrative and wrongly blames the Sudanese army for targeting civilians. Al-Yasser claimed the RSF abuses civilians, loots homes, and commits violence while the army protects those fleeing RSF-controlled areas. He accused RSF-backed groups of hijacking the People's Revolution and targeting Sudanese media institutions. Sudan has been in turmoil since April 2023, with thousands killed and millions displaced. Al-Yasser highlighted Turkey's mediation efforts to resolve tensions between Sudan and the UAE. Both nations welcomed Ankara's role in seeking peace, filed a complaint against the UAE earlier this year, but now supports diplomatic solutions. Al-Yasser stressed the importance of strategic partnerships, praising Turkey for its consistent support in politics, security, and the economy. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, in a New Year's message, urged global leaders and citizens confront the world's crisis with unity and determination. He called for bold action in 2025 to slash emissions and transition to renewable energy. Amid challenges, Guterres called on activists, humanitarian workers, developing nations to continue fighting for justice and asked scientists to drive innovation. He highlighted that 2024 adoption of the Pact for the Future Guterres, which seeks to build peace through disarmament, reform global financial systems, and ensure technologies prioritize people and human rights. As we welcome the new year, all of us at Muslim News and Muslim Network TV want to thank you, our audience, for your continued trust and support. Your commitment to staying informed motivates us to deliver accurate and impactful stories that matter to our communities. In 2025, we'll keep shining a light on the issues shaping our world and bringing you the news that truly matters. From all of us here, may this year bring you peace, unity, and prosperity to you and your loved ones. Happy New Year. That's all from our Toronto studios. Thank you for watching Muslim News. We are a community channel dedicated to bringing you stories you can trust. Please like, share, and subscribe to our content. You can also comment to let us know what you think of our coverage. You can donate now by visiting muslimnetwork.tv/donate. For more content, keep watching Muslim Network TV. Salam.